Sacred activation of the green ray and emerald flame. July 2013. Greetings Masters, I am Metatron, Lord of Light, and I greet each of you in a vector of unconditional love as you read these words. We joyously share with you the coming full activation of the green ray and sacred emerald flame into the ascended earth. Masters, this is a long-awaited event, one promised eons ago in an enlightened epoch. In a luminous time in which the earth carried greater dimensional access and you communicated clearly and blissfully with all kingdoms of the earth. An illuminated period in which you had the ability to lucidly interact and fully communicate with all elements and kingdoms of the earth. It was the time of the full spectrum of the emerald dimension, and it is returning. Many of you are called again to anchor the activation of this emerald evolution. It is nigh and will be marked by an extraordinary trine and cometized energy, carrying expansive codes. Codes you have waited eons to receive. It is a soul promise and sacred contract for many. It is part of the new beginning, of the new perception and attributes available to you. The Green Ray Infinity Gate Activation. The new earth has expanded into 12 dimensions, and you now have 12 chakras directly connected to each primary dimension and 20 chakras connecting to the intra-subdimensional fields within the spectrums of the Omni-Earth. You are evolving into a greater consciousness. And so it is logical to understand that this encompasses all kingdoms of the earth. The basic expansion of the planetary ascension also invokes humanity's frequential expansion, including the addendum of all earth kingdoms into your consciousness field. It is a paradigm shift. It will offer you the ability to connect lucidly with the all-consciousness of and within Gaia. It is a requisite step toward your integral identity as part of and as co-creators of the earth. Your dimensional access increased with the planetary ascension through your chakras. So it is that the initial sacred codes of each new chakra be received and installed beginning in 2013, year 1 of the new earth. It is done through the Green Ray activation. In August the Green Ray Infinity Portal occurs in the aperture activation of the Emerald Flame. The primary opening apex is from August 12th to 21st, 2013. And we tell you the 4th, 8th and 9th dimensions are formulated through and with the Emerald Ray. The 8th and 9th dimensions will begin completing receival of the geocodes of Thoth, through the aperture of the Emerald Flame activation. It initiates in the 8th month of 2013 and completes in the 9th month on the September equinox. The apixial phase of the Green Ray activation begins with the Perseids meteor influx, and culminates on the full moon of August 20th. Understand that astronomical events are energy shift catalysts, and in the new earth, these are the base mechanisms of the new paradigm formation. The Emerald Flame. The Emerald Flame is a vibratory essence that is healing and nurturing, and by receiving the codes of the Green Ray activation, the 8th and 9th chakric fields will expand into more lucid reception and perception from and into the 8th and 9th dimension in the physio realm, and into the 16th to 18th chakric sensories of the etheric level within the 13-20-33 resonance of the crystalline Merkana field. Accordingly, humanity can receive these codes as they complete the portal downloads of the Green Ray Infinity 8 portal. These codes are synergized into the 8th and 9th physio chakras, through the guidance of Archangel Raphael. The Emerald Flame is the higher merging of your consciousness with that of the ascended earth. As you become more settled into the higher frequencies of the new earth, it is incumbent upon you to calibrate and fine-tune to the expanded chakra alignments of the crystalline light body, the Merkana. Naturally, the earth is adjusting her resonance to refashion the chakric centers of the planet to receive and distribute the energies for humanity's expansion. Complexities of the new expansive Green Ray. The Green Ray is a very complex and widely employed energy. Within its spectral bands are the telluric and etheric manifestations of that termed the plant kingdom, and thus the higher manifestations of the Devic Fae projections of the plant consciousness. The benevolent of the Fae include the conscious forms of fairies, the elfin and greenmen. The most conscious of the plant kingdom are trees, and these have been recognized as healers and spiritual councils by more aware societies throughout the ages, particularly in Lemuria and the Golden Age of Atlantis. Many of you experienced life on the planet in the pre-duality firmament as these beings, as the devic projections of the kingdoms of earth in luminous form. This was enabled by the crystalline resonance of that phase, and this resonant frequential lens is being activated in the planetary ascension through the green ray activation. Trees are taking on an even more conscious role and a greater communicative and healing interaction with humanity in the new earth. They have been virtually unrecognized for millennia in terms of their true consciousness. In the new earth activation of the green ray, you will regain the ability to more lucidly communicate with tree beings and receive not only the healing they offer, but their spiritual counsel as well. With this comes an increased responsibility for protecting trees. As in all forms of life, botanical life, especially the arboreal, have a hierarchy of consciousness. The highest of these are the sequoia, redwood and sequoia, followed by the oak, and yew. There are of course many others and many other categories. Certain psychoactive plants help you expand and thus serve as conscious spiritual allies in a different format than trees. Certain trees and plants serve you as food sources. These you acknowledge as commodities, but not as conscious beings. You plant, grow, protect and harvest the ones that provide food, fiber and wood, but you do not as a species truly recognize the forests, including the rainforest, beyond providers of oxygen, and you have not resolved the issue of preserving them for posterity. Sequoia are unique in their ability to self-clone and be externally cloned. In this process, original energies, original records are retained. This is a unique attribute of the conscious sequoia. It is why the archangels have called on David Malarch to clone the sequoia and redwood. It is why we have directed the channel to gather in the most sacred area of the giant sequoia, and why many of you are called to gather and receive the codes in a hallowed space. We tell you the sequoia energies and records retained in their conscious coherent fields extend back 144 million years. No other botanical or biological lives on the physical realm of the planet have such an attribute, and it is extremely important. Sequoias are the primary receivers, and the green ray activation in its major goal of the reactivation and enhanced role of trees in the new earth. They call to you. They call to the Lemurians to re-establish the recognition of their benevolent counsel. They call for all humans to allow them to assist, to acknowledge their loving service. It is why they have remained in the third dimension that would otherwise destroy them. Answer their call, and indeed you will be rewarded exponentially. The green ray and emerald flame. Take time to be among ancient trees during the infinity gate aperture of the emerald flame. The ancient trees, the grand trees, carry a far greater role in this activation than you realize. The sequoia are master beings, record keepers, the crystals of the plant kingdom. These trees truly are portals. This is absolutely true. These enormous trees convert rain and groundwater to coated water crystals. Marcel Vogel and Dr. Emoto have shown you that water is conscious and capable of crystal patterning. The sequoia, more than any other tree, absorb massive amounts of water and through their unique photosynthesis process, store solar energy in theta coherency. Because of this extremely unique high frequency, higher dimensional beings, angelics, are able to manifest around the portaline energy of the sequoia. The sequoia are multi-dimensional gateways and exude a cascading field of incredible energy around them. This energy is both physical and etheric in frequential dimensional spectrum. The sequoia are receivers of sacred energy codes. They stabilize and heal the human body, physical and human emotional field. The energy they emit heals and seals the human aura, enabling the aura to carry optimal circuitry to enable entry into the Merkana state and absolutely facilitates lucid activation of the pineal crystal. The Lemurians knew this. They revered and honored the sequoia and redwood. Many of you were among them, and this reawakening, the green ray activation, is a long-awaited expansion. Many of you are called to anchor it, to receive the codes of the emerald flame and enter a realm of unimaginable peace and communication with all aspects of Gaia, and the master trees that serve you. I am Metatron, and we share with you these truths. And so it is, and it is so, your beloved. Channeled by James Tiberon. www.earthkeeper.com